A few years ago, they announced they were going to do a John Wick spinoff, part of the John Wick universe, Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas. And certainly, with almost $100 million wrapped up into it, I think the reported budget is 80 or 90 million. Certainly a lot riding on its success. Are all of the John Wick fans going to tune in to watch Ana de Armas in a movie that's connected to the universe? Not sure. However, it's set to come out this week. And one of the interesting stories surrounding this movie was actually the studio's instructions for people that got early access reviews. And quite frankly, when I saw this story, I thought it was absolute bullshit. This happened about a week plus ago, a little more than a week ago. This story happened. I didn't have a chance to talk about it then, but now that Ballerina is actually coming out, I feel like we need to discuss this. Because we talk all the time about all these Marvel movies or these different big franchise movies and people get early access and they all happen to say the same thing. It's all, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Social media embargo lists and everybody says amazing things about it. And then people actually watch it and people are like, yeah, this kind of fucking sucks, whatever it might be. But it just seems so blatant that they're just lying to make sure that they get invited to the next one, saying nice things about it to get invited and keep their access. Well, for Ballerina specifically, the instructions that got given to people who saw screeners of this was very disturbing, at least for me. I saw this first from Sean Chandler. He tweeted this out. He's got a big YouTube channel. Yikes. This is an insanely bad direction for studios to head with embargoes. I suppose it's the natural final destination of studios flirting more and more with curating positive early reactions and hype influencers. These are the instructions that came with preview screenings for Ballerina. We encourage spoiler-free enthusiasm across social media starting May 22nd at 1 p.m. Pacific, all the other time zones. If you're planning to review the film, critical social sentiment and formal reviews are embargoed until Wednesday, June 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific. So, if you want to go out there and say something very nice and enthusiastic to generate interest in our film, feel free to tweet away on May 22nd. If you're going to do an actual review or give us any kind of criticism or whatever that might be, well, you're going to have to wait till June 4th. Spoiler-free enthusiasm across social media starting May 22nd. Right? Now, obviously, this kind of became a big thing, right? Lionsgate's staggered Ballerina embargo for enthusiastic and critical sentiment irks reviewers. You're going to be enthusiastic, you can put it out here. If you want to give critical sentiment, you're going to have to wait a couple weeks until right before the fucking movie comes out. So yeah, this became a big story. Quite rightly, this bent many out of shape. It's an unethical demand for most. Critics we spoke to hadn't heard of an embargo edict going that far before. Many online were also perturbed, and a bunch of people had similar reactions to this. Now, the studio would go and say, hey, this is a case of it was poorly worded, and we reached out to some people and said, hey, that's not necessarily what we meant by it. I feel like, yeah, is it poorly worded? I suppose, but I think this is also exactly what you're trying to tell people to do. I think this is what so many of these studios are trying to tell people to do. The difference is it's usually not this up front. It's usually implied. For people that get invited out to these premieres and get to do these things, right? Hey, I mean, as long as you keep supporting this and hyping the next Marvel movie as good as the next Marvel movie, blah, 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 all this shit, we'll invite you back out here. You'll get your goodie bag. You'll get your early review. You'll get all this stuff. But if you start saying, wow, this is dog shit. Wow, this sucks, you might lose your privileges. You might lose that. We might not invite you back out. I think that's how most of it works. But to have it so clearly delineated like this, it is wild. Like, I think it's absolutely wild. Now, Ballerina, I like the John Wick movies. I'll probably go give this one a chance. I mean, Ana de Armas, I think she's got big tattoos in it, tatted up Latina. I mean, how am I going to pass on that? But the very fact that Lionsgate went out of their way to shield the criticism for this movie in this way, it's absolute bullshit. And I have a feeling, considering they spent almost as much on this movie as they spent on John Wick Part 4, you're looking at 80 to 90 compared to $100 million. I think it's going to get swamped at the box office from a lot of these other releases, and I don't think it's going to do very well at all. I think it's going to be a massive loser for them. I hope it's good, But when you see shit like this out there from the studio, it doesn't feel like they have any confidence in the movie. So why should I?